Hi, I'm Haley, and today we're going to be making homemade flour tortillas. My mom has been begging me to make these for a long time, and I'm going to make them, and I'm super excited. So let's get started. Okay, first we're going to mix together our dry ingredients. I have 6 cups of flour, and make sure that when you're measuring this, you spoon the flour into the cup and then level it off instead of scooping it out. And then I've got 3 teaspoons of baking powder and 2½ teaspoons of salt. And I'm just gonna give it a quick stir. All right, now I've got ½ a cup of very soft butter. I'm just going to, gosh, it won't come out. And I am just going to press that into my flour, I guess, like when you're making a pie crust. I'm going to use my hands. Okay, and once I've crumbled my butter into my flour mixture, I'm going to pour 2 cups of hot water into the bowl with everything else. And I'm gonna stir it around until it's mostly combined. All right, and once the flour has absorbed all the water, so we have sort of a dough, we're going to turn it out and we're going to start kneading it. And I'm not going to flour the surface that I'm working on because there's already a lot of flour in the bowl. All right, it's very crumbly right now, but we're just gonna start kneading it. Pushing and pulling back over, and pushing and pulling back over. And if I see some flour here, I'm gonna take it and put it on the top. All right, so I've been kneading my dough for about 8 minutes, and it's not sticky anymore. I can pick it up and none of it sticks to the countertop, and I can easily press it out, bend it over, so it's very pliable. Now we're going to cut them into sections. All right, so to separate my dough, I've got a pizza cutter. I'm just gonna cut it in half, and then I'm gonna keep cutting it in half, and this should make about 24 tortillas, or more if you want small tortillas. Hopefully it's even. I'm not weighing them. I'm just eyeing. They're about half and half. I'm just gonna keep cutting these up until I've got 24 dough balls. So now once I've cut them into 8 sections, I'm gonna take one section and I'm gonna cut it into thirds. All right, now I'm just gonna take all my little dough balls and I'm gonna put them in a bowl. You can even just set them in the bowl that you used to make the dough. And now I'm going to cover them with a damp paper towel, and I'm going to let them rest for about 20 or 30 minutes. All right, our dough has been sitting for like 20 minutes, and I'm gonna take one, cover it back up with a damp paper towel when you're not working with them, and I'm just gonna flatten it out a little with my hand, and then I'm gonna roll it with my rolling pin. Perfect, and the reason why we let them sit for 20 minutes before we rolled them out is so that they would stay like this, because if we didn't let them sit, when we tried to roll them out, they would just spring back, and that would not be good. I'm just gonna keep rolling it out, make it however thick or thin you want. Now I'm gonna take it over to my pan over here. I'm using a nonstick skillet, and I'm heating it to medium. And a good test to see if your pan is hot enough is to take some water in your fingers and just, hear that? It's sizzling. And so that means our pan is ready. I'm just gonna place my tortilla on there, and I'm gonna let it sit. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes, maybe a little more. and it's like not sticking to the pan, and I can lift it up. Ow, hot. Flip it over, and you can. All right, now checking it again. It's done on both sides. I made a bit of a triangle-shaped tortilla, but that's okay. I'm just gonna put it in my tortilla warmer. And our tortilla is done. I've got a lot more to make, but they're really easy to make. That's so good. I don't know why people don't make homemade tortillas more often, because they're like 100 times better than the store-bought tortillas, and they're not even hard to make. And it's actually fun to make, like easy and fun. What are you waiting for? Make the homemade tortillas, please. And don't forget to try it with butter. Even better. I'd like to give a big thank you to Laura from Laura in the Kitchen. I used her recipe to make these tortillas and they turned out fabulous. Well, thank you so much for baking with me. I hope that this has made you want to make homemade tortillas, and I'll see you next time on You're Stirring It Wrong. Make your own. Face closed. And I forgot what I was going to say.